Guten Morgen, buenos dias, bonjour, sabach al nur, dobre utra, zao shang hao to all of our friends. I'm Scott, Geshe Michael Roach, Orit.
Hi guys.
Welcome to the Peachtree Cafe once more for the Wednesday, February 26th. Morning show. Really glad you guys can join us. Here we are talking about the kinds of things we talk about in DCI events around the world. And DCI is 11 years old now, the Diamond Cutter Institute. Great things are happening. We're going to be online very soon with a mobile platform. If you missed it in the last show, anybody who is a mobile application developer, we're really excited about developing, and we do have a team to evaluate proposals. If you are a mobile application developer, please do send your mobile app portfolio to app@diamondcutterinstitute.com. That's app@diamondcutterinstitute.com. And send us your portfolio. Our team will be evaluating. We'll be choosing a partner because we have great news for everybody. We're going to be getting the DCI training online on your mobile device, 24/7, available to you wherever you are. So, guys.
What's the question
yes,
for today?
yeah.
Wednesday the 26th. And, a wonderful guy named, excuse me, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, Asif, is it? Asif Majid, or Asif, do you say? From London. It's a wonderful question. Very, very, I don't know, from the heart. Let me play it for you now, and then we'll talk about it, guys. Here we go. Asif from London.
Hi everyone, this is Asif from London, UK. My question is related to if someone is not a big earner, has a small salary, should he only set small goals or should he aim for the sky? Thank you.
Wow.
Cool.
That's like a heartbreaking question because it's something that a lot of people talk about in DCI, and it's very basic. It goes right to the root of what DCI is all about. What do you think, Geshe Michael?
I have two opinions about it, and just to start the conversation, okay? Number one, there's a period in your life when you first learn the 4 steps, the seed system. There's a period in your life, I think, when you should choose a modest goal to check the system, to see if the system works, okay? So don't say, I want to be president of my country and make $2 billion in 3 weeks, When you first learn the system, make a sort of a, I don't know what you call reasonable quote goal, like I would like to see a 10% raise in my income in the next, 2 months or something like that. And then use the 4 steps and see if it works. So confirm the system by making a modest goal, you see, and something that will help encourage you that when you reach it, you can get this feeling like, yeah, maybe this system really works, So I think traditionally in the ancient times, all the students were encouraged, try it, set a modest goal, then use the 4 steps, and if you make it, then go for bigger and bigger things, So that's my first answer. But my second answer is, if you keep using the system regularly, if you run your life by the 4 seeds, I would say certainly, without any question, you will reach higher goals than you even imagined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We are born with this kind of thinking that in some way we are limited, right? That we are born with certain talent and certain potential and capacity, and either we use it in our life, we use our potential, or we don't use our potential. Mm-hmm. So in DCI, we say the thinking that our potential is limited is actually wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we usually hear a lot of people in the economy and in the world, they say some people, they are born to be small workers. You can expect them to grow and be some executive or CEO. At the DCI system, actually, we say that our potential is empty. Mm-hmm. It's infinite. If you know how to plant the seed, each person can grow their potential. If we understand that every talent we have, every skill we have, every capacity we have comes from helping other people achieve the same skill or the same capacity, then our potential is infinite and we can become anything we want to become.
What do you think?
Well, it's pretty cool. It kind of goes to the whole point of DCI. Asif, thank you for the awesome question. I think a lot of people are asking this around the world. And the simple answer is absolutely think big. Everything is possible. If it's true that everything I think, say, and do produces a result, and I understand that, and I understand basically how that functions, that means I can produce the result of anything. I can create any result that I want. And so that means that I can choose any future, any lifestyle, any kind of success that I want, and then just basically methodically produce it with things that we do every day. And this is what we talk about in DCI is technique, like nuts and bolts, technique, methods for producing specific results around us. So then, Asif, then the next question is, what do you want? Do you want financial security? You want great relationships, good health, mental health, peace of mind? And then finally, what we find, as we say in the 5 goals of DCI, that most people, when they achieve those first 4, financial security, good relationships, good health, and peace of mind, they can't stand not to see everybody around them have the same thing. And that creates the 5th goal where you become sort of like a superhero. So the cool thing, Asif, is you're on the path, you're on the way, you're asking the question, and the answer is absolutely choose to have everything that you want, start planting the seeds for what you want, and then start helping other people around you to get it. Or maybe more correctly, first start helping other people around you to get it, which will produce the result of you having all those things.
I challenged myself in the diamond business to see how far I could push somebody with the 4 steps,
Wow.
And I was thinking I'll do an experiment, like I'll choose one person and I'll really work with them with the 4 steps and let's see how far they can go. So, it would be funny to you, but I traveled. I was in Mumbai buying diamonds. I traveled to Gujarat State, which is north of Mumbai, on a midnight train. And I went to a village and I actually chose a young man whose job was to clean water buffaloes in the river. So he would stand in the river all day.
Oh my God.
And just clean water buffaloes for farmers, like wash them. And then I said, I'm going to make this guy, I'm going to give him big goals. I'm going to see if I can give him big goals. So I took him back to Mumbai. We trained him in the diamond business. And then I took him to New York. And we started in New York.
Not many water buffaloes in New York.
No. And we kept working on the 4 steps, And I'm happy to say that by the time I retired from the diamond business, he was voted the #1 diamond buyer in New York City. Mm-hmm. And so, if you have
infinite potential, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You can do anything.
Yeah.
So I think as a state of mind, just expect a thing called a pleasant surprise. If you use mental seeds, which double every 24 hours, then I would say be prepared for, maybe we could call it the pleasant surprise. That something bigger than you ever dreamed will come.
That you cannot even guess.
They say, there's a famous verse, Darni Simjin Tamji La Yishin Nobo Lela Be Juncho Drupe Sampa Yitatu Chepa Zimbashok. Very famous. And it's the 8 verses by Diamond Lion, 1,000 years ago. And it says, other people are more precious than a wish-giving gem. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Do you remember why?
they are
Yes,
the
I
field where to plant your seeds.
Yeah, the people are precious because if you understand that everything you think, say, and do toward them produces a result, and you help them, you can produce any result you
But
want.
why does it say more valuable than a wishing gem? A wishing gem is like Aladdin's lamp, and you can make any wish you want.
Because there are certain wishes that we don't. There are certain things that we don't even know what to wish.
Yeah.
That they are beyond our even worldly capacity to think about.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they say the 4 steps is better than having this Aladdin's lamp where you rub it and a genie comes out and asks you give you anything you want in your life, because it's you can get such big results that you couldn't even imagine to ask for.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you use the 4 steps. So
That's pretty cool. And nice
So,
news for Asif in
I think
London.
the bottom line is acid is like, yes, dream big. Yes, think big. You don't
Plan
have
big. I say plan big.
Yes.
It's there's no dream here. It's totally doable. It's just a question of methodically planting seeds for what you want every day. Am I right? Or
And
what?
don't compromise for things that you don't really want because you think, oh, this is the only thing I can reach in my life.
I think also it's important to understand that you need to put fertilizer on the seeds. Like obviously, if you want financial success, then help someone else to plant their own financial success. But I think around the world, and I think you guys will agree, the biggest setback that people have, the biggest limitation that people all around the world have, is they have trouble doing step number 4. What do you think?
Yeah. Actually, it's the easiest one because in step number 4, you only have to sit down and think about something and feel happy about it. Think about the way how you help somebody and feel happy about it. And for some reason, even though it's so simple, you don't have to go, you don't have to meet, you don't have to pay money, you just have to think. And we are thinking anyway all the time. We can't stop thinking. This simple kind of thought is so difficult for people. Maybe because there's not only the feeling, there's attachment. There's not only the thinking, there's the attachment of the feeling, and it's very hard to raise this feeling of happiness.
Can I just clarify? Excuse me, real quickly, but if you've never been to a DCI event or you don't know what the heck we're talking about, so step 4 that we just got done talking about comes from what DCI calls the 4 steps. Comes from a beautiful old teaching, an old discourse about what's creating the reality we see around us. And you could say there's some details to go through. You can make it complicated, but it's actually very simple. That everything I experience around me is a result of something that I think or say or do. And so then one of the most basic things about DCI is that in order to produce a specific result, we use what we call the 4 steps to reverse that, to take control of that process, to number 1, first decide what I want in one simple sentence without the word.
So let's say I'm Asif.
Yeah, if I'm Asif,
I want to
Asif,
reach I want unlimited financial.
right, so I want unlimited finances. I'm Asif. You got to write us and tell us how to pronounce your first name as Asif. So if I am you, then I want to decide, okay, I want unlimited finances.
I want unlimited.
And so now...
Unlimited?
Yeah, financial security.
Yeah.
So step
Step
two,
number 2,
I choose somebody else around me who wants the same thing. Doesn't have to be exactly the same thing, but it should be something similar. Step 3, I do something. I have made a plan, and I'm going to do something small, maybe on a regular basis every day or every week, to help them achieve that goal. And if my motivation is to help them get about the same thing that I want, the result from the imprints I created in my mind from helping them will be that I will experience the same thing. But step 4 is like the ice on the cake. It's the cherry on the pie. It's the most important thing.
Because it helps the seeds ripen faster and stronger.
And that step 4 is step 4 is basically reviewing what I did for them and feeling good about it. And like congratulating myself, thinking, I'm glad I did that for them. And I hope that when they get the result, people see how they did it, they copy them, and I create I'm sort of like an example, or I'm a virus. I create the habit, I promote the habit around me of people helping other people to get what they want.
Recently I did the mathematics for how much you can get a seed to grow in the mind. Mm-hmm. And there's a tree in America, a redwood tree. It's the largest tree in America. It takes 1,000 years to grow. And the seed increases 7 billion times in weight by the time it becomes a tree.
Wow.
And mental seeds, I calculate, if I remember correctly, it was 10,000 times faster.
Wow.
And I calculated it out, calculated, I said, it's the same difference between walking around the world and sending a rocket around the world. And a rocket will go around the world in 1 hour. And a person walking, it's like 5 years or something.
Wow.
And the difference between a physical seed and a mental seed is that. So if it's true, that I can make my mental seeds grow faster just by every night when I go to bed and I put my head on the pillow, I think about the beautiful things I've been doing to help someone else get their financial independence. Just that emotion as I go to bed is going to make those seeds double every 24 hours. And so really, if you just do a lousy job at this step 4 coffee meditation, you're still going to have incredible financial success. Okay.
Okay, I apologize. I'm trying to find the video we're going to use for tomorrow.
So, Asif, for your question, right? To summarize your question, don't settle for something you don't want. Find out what you really want.
Yeah.
What is your deepest wishes, and then plant seed for that. And understand that the result will come from helping somebody else. And we are not limited in our skills and our capacities and our talent. It's all come from helping other people.
If the world was not coming from us, if the pen was not coming from us, then there's a limitation. Then there's limitations. But if things are coming from seeds in my mind, then there are no limitations.
Okay, I found the video for tomorrow.
Thank you, Asif, for this beautiful
question.
It's
a great question. Please ask another question. Please.
And guys, if you, everybody that watches and you want to contribute to this discussion, please, we would like to have you sending your comments down below in this video, and we are going to feedback and answer.
And Asif, please tell us how to pronounce your first name. And so 3 things now. First of all, Arit and I won't be here tomorrow. Geshe Michael's got some very cool people, Seiji Arao Takahashi and Ben Galmian tomorrow.
Which you already met.
And I'm going to tell you in a minute what question they're going to be going through. Arit and I'll be back on Friday to see a cool guy from China named Schumann who has a great question. That's why I wore my official Chinese Yingguo t-shirt today, which means cause and effect in Mandarin. Once again, as you may have heard, we have exciting news for all of you that the DCI training will be available not just online on the website, but also on a mobile platform. We're going to be working with mobile developers. So if you are a mobile application developer, please do send your mobile portfolio of applications to app@diamondcutterinstitute.com app. And we will take a look at portfolios and choose a partner to work with. Finally, Ben and Seiji tomorrow will be addressing a question from a cool guy in Romania named Masi. Mm-hmm. And here's Masi's question.
Oh, it's not coming up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we have a little issue with playback.
This is our low-tech.
Hello everybody, my name is Masi and I'm contacting you from Romania, Brașov. My situation and question is about number 29. I find that years in the business world are taking an undesirable toll in my personal appearance. And I know the cause of this problem is getting angry. The question is, how can I stop myself of not to react and not to get angry in a condition that I am pushing or pulling to react? Thank you.
Woohoo! That's a big question. Good luck, Ben and Seiji with that one.
That's a hard one.
So that's it, guys. That is the Peachtree Morning Show for Wednesday the 26th. Masi, give me a second here. Make Masi be quiet. Anyway, guys, we're trying to keep it low tech here at the Peachtree Cafe, coming to you directly from our iPhone, and I hope you guys are enjoying. Look forward to seeing you at DCI events around the world. If you're interested in the schedule, please go to www.diamondcutterinstitute.com. Right now, not many people traveling because of coronavirus, and so we're glad we could come to you online. And I think that's pretty much it for today.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great Wednesday, guys.
Find out the secrets of not getting angry.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your coffee.